Very pleasant evening to everyone. I'm so glad and feel blessed for getting this opportunity to address on an auspicious occasion that is well known to all of us who have gathered or related to this field, that is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. It is a great moment to share our views, experience, and the progress which are which are in aligning the timeline and the requirement to empower the persons with the disabilities. See, digitalization has become a modern approach to empower the human, and the human rights also insist that everyone should be able to access all advancement, technology, or any development occurs to improve the lifestyle and the standard of the human being promotion. It is well mentioned that any advancement or development which is not reachable or is not accessible to any, whether it's a smaller or minor or vulnerable community, then the society cannot be called as an accessible or inclusive. Several legal frames and legal entities like high courts, supreme courts, and exclusively mentioned for Divyangjan like CCPD office keep insisting about the legal mandate or the accessibility as a fundamental right, rather considering as an obligatory or as a privilege or something to be given on a sympathetic way. All these are sensitized and well explained about the significance and importance to provide the facilities to empower Divyangjan. Despite too many efforts are exercised and enormously taken forward, the realistic assessment is not encouraging. Especially whenever a complaint reaches the CCPD, when we file and seek the response, 80% of the respondent never respond immediately. Though they respond, always they reply on their difficulties or their practical uh, impossibilities. Once we insist and force them, then only they initiate the action. Having enacted and established RPD Act 2016, it is very disheartening. Still, we are in the stage of creating awareness and sensitizing the organizations or authorities. Right? As we all aware, many across the globe, many countries are performing better. And I don't want to be too negative on this issue. We can see some development over these 4 5 years. At least a conscious, at least the people or the authorities has started taking into their conscience and consciously started working towards the digital accessibility. As you are aware, CCPD has taken sumoto over several departments, several organizations, corporates, right? Uh, to ensure their digital accessibility. Right? But the output is gradually satisfying, but not accomplishing. Right? A long way to go. Really, I understand the NGOs and activists are doing wonderful job to raise this issue, to voice out this issue, to get something to be done for the future generation. The basic facility that is making their website accessible, the mobile app accessible, right? Through which they all entities are advertising and promoting themselves. I think those people are a little insensitive about the utility of their products and their services by persons with disabilities. I believe they are underestimating the utilitarian capacity of the Divyang community. I would like to insist that person with a disability community has got, though it is sound to be a minority community, but it has got a large strength, as WHO has assessed that 16% of the world population identified as person with disabilities by different degrees, either mild, moderate, or severe. So 16% of population cannot be as small size of the either in the capacity of consumer or inducer. Once we make them to realize this statistical data and the ability of the persons with a disability to obtain their services or utilize their products, I hope they would come forward voluntarily to make their product or their sites very accessible. The major thing which we should do is we should make them to realize we are also capable of utilizing and being productive to their services and potential. We should start clarifying them that person with a disability also could become their potential clients. All aspects are analyzed, assessed in a materialistic way in the modern era. Once we make them to understand our potentiality, our ability, right? So definitely, I think the days are not too far to achieve our goal. And see, well before the RPD Act enactment, Honorable Prime Minister has initiated the people's movement called Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan, right? So, in order to strengthen it, in 2021, the Sugamya Bharat app is established and it's well developed for the people, not only for the persons with the disabilities, even the general public could access and raise the issues against accessibilities. But it is yet another disheartening fact that app also is very meagerly used. Right? See, 148 crore is the population of our nation, but only 14,000.3, right? 14.3 thousand people have accessed the app in the past 5 years, right? So we should promote and we should make everyone to access, and we should reach the people to raise their requirements and to bring out the difficulties to the authorities. Yes, I could sense how fast the system is working against the accessibility establishments or accessibility improvement. As the CCPD office is very keen on these accessibility matters, it takes up in a speedy way and hears the matter and forces the entity to make all their services and products accessible. At CCPD office prioritize. As you're aware, several organizations are levied a penalty for not complying the accessibility standards. Right? In the days to come, definitely the CCPD office is committed to attend all the complaints, right? Whether you register through CPGram, Sugamya Bharatabhya app, or by any means, right? CCPD office will be a watchdog for the prime issue like accessibility, which would empower if everything goes right and given opportunity by creating an accessible nation. Yes, of course, we are provided constitutional rights, right? Statutory right mandates, right? Despite we see very little responsive efforts are initiated and taken forward, though it is not 10% discouraging, but the response is not that much remarkable. I understand many are ignorant, few are unintentionally not attentive, and a few are bothering about their financial burden. Recently, I was participating in one of the digital accessibility issue over a very popular department in our nation. Their discussion was really disappointing, as if they were forced to do. Even the chair of the meeting says that I need to clear this because I get so much of pressure. That means the chair himself do not have the interest or intention to clear, but because of pressure only, he tries to do something. I'm very sure the pressure cannot bring any pleasure. Whatever comes out of a pressure cannot be pleasant to the end users, right? And always, whether it is a government or private, always talks about the budget to make accessibility, to clear the accessibility issues. I'm sure our country is growing well, very much developed, not only developing, it is reaching the developed countries stage, right? We are into R&D in several areas. We are into what to say? We are into great heights in several segments and sectors. But I wonder, this is a very minor area. Once they turn their attention to in the interest of PWD, this is nothing for anyone by budget or by implementation. I'm very sure and honestly, I acknowledge that the laws, the policies, the mandates are very clear, but only we lack implementation, monitoring, and evaluation system. Definitely, I assure and I commit these things will be very much visible and very clear to our community in the days to come. And all these difficulties and barriers will be cleared very soon to empower our future generation and contemporaries. And it is really high time to accept that all movements, right, either from the education or employment, all depending on the digital accessibility. We are happy in that, but we need to educate the youngsters, that is at the school level. The digital education is very much important. So it is expected to provide more computer literacy and digital education from the school level and in the higher education level. As they reach the employment and the stage of earning their livelihood, they would feel comfortable and they would feel the digital accessibility, compatible accessibility features without any difficulties. So it is very, very important that all categories of persons with the disabilities, and it is very clear and clean that only the technology could equalize, can be the equalizer for this Divyang community to compete or to work on par with others. Right? And the DEPWD also has taken several steps towards availing assistive devices to empower the employees with the disabilities, and it has given the guidelines that every employer uh, should get the assistive devices according to their job description to empower the employees to work at ease on par with their colleagues and their employees. So, as I understand, the policies are in papers, but we need to make it practical, pragmatically. Okay? That is possible only when the authorities are trained and well informed. But that needs to be done at large in the PPP model, that is public-private uh, partnership, right? So which is very clear, which is an this event itself is the example for that, right? So really, I appreciate the effort taken by this organization, which is really working hard and doing lot many things towards digital accessibility. And I'm very uh, I'm very sure the days to come will be glorious and very convenient for all person with the disabilities, not only with the digital accessibility, with all other accessibility standards and norms, right? So keep working on this, and we are here to support you and to strengthen the accessibility norms and standards to be implemented, to be monitored, and to be evaluated and get rectified, and to make it compatible for everyone to have a smooth and uh, a smooth and clear understanding of the mandate of uh, all organizations to provide accessibility facilities. Right? With this um, views, I conclude my address. I personally commit to support and to serve the needies and the needs. With this, I shall thank you for this opportunity as given to me as an honor. Thank you.